Hi everyone, and welcome to this second video in this little mini series on writing an analytical paragraph for an inspector calls. Today we are looking at embedding evidence. Now, just as a bit of a recap, when we're talking about analytical paragraphs, we mean P paragraphs or what, how, why paragraphs, whatever it is that your school calls them. In the previous video, we looked at point sentences or topic sentences where you explain your line of argument. Today, we're going to be looking at providing evidence to support that particular argument. Here's our example question then. We're thinking about how does Precy present Sheila as a change in character. My idea for this paragraph is that she's infantilized at the start of the play, but matures as the play progresses. And the evidence that I want to include is this quotation here. "Oh, it's wonderful. Look, mummy, isn't it a beauty?" Now, Sheila says this when Gerald hands her the engagement ring at the start of the play, and Sheila immediately turns to her mum and asks for confirmation that she's made the right choice and confirmation that the ring is indeed as beautiful as she thinks it is. In the previous video, we wrote our point sentence. We talked about the different sections of that sentence. So if you haven't watched that video, stop this one and go back and watch the previous one and then come back to this one. So when we're fluently embedding evidence, we're doing two things. Firstly, we're telling a snippet of the story, and then we're using the quotation to finish the sentence off. So here's our example. In yellow, I've told a snippet of the story. In blue, I've got my quotation to finish the sentence off. So in yellow, when Gerald hands her the ring, Sheila exclaims, and then in blue, "Oh, it's wonderful. Look, mummy, isn't it a beauty?" So very simple, snippet of the story, use the quotation to finish that off. Now it's time for you to do a bit of practice of this. So stop the video. Have a go at embedding the next three quotations. I've got the reminders in the top right hand of the screen to help you remember what you need to do, and then start the video again when you're ready and I'll show you how I've done this. Okay, so first one we've already looked at. Second one, yellow is the snippet of the story, blue is the quotation. So as Burling insists that he was correct to punish the striking workers, Sheila replies, "But these girls aren't cheap labour, they're people." Next one, when Sheila explains her involvement with Eva, she admits, "I felt rotten about it at the time and now I feel a lot worse." And the final one, towards the end of the play, Sheila challenges her mother by saying, "You mustn't try to build up a kind of wall between us and that girl." Now, one word of warning that I would give you is that perfect is the enemy of the good. Now, as a perfectionist, I always want my essays to be absolutely spot on. But when I'm in an exam situation, I also recognise that I'm under time pressure. And embedding quotations is the kind of thing that students can get hung up on. They can start to waste their time in an exam because they want to get it just so. And actually, sometimes it would be better to say a quotation to show this is, and put the quotation in, and then get on with the rest of the essay, because most of the marks on these essays are for your analysis. Okay, so remember that perfect is the enemy of the good. What we're looking for is a good essay, and sometimes it's okay to put a quotation to show this is, because that means you can move on with your essay and get the thing finished. Okay, in my next video, we're going to look at explaining and analysing our evidence.